I misclick and I end up hitting something like random.
All
I don't know
right.
how. Do you use the A key?
Yeah, I personally use the A key. So, in terms of like misclicking stuff, it's I guess it's more about like just playing more games until you can like not make any more mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Also, okay, you didn't miss any you didn't miss any minions. Never mind, that's good. I was gonna say if that like costed you some XP, that
Yeah,
could have
yeah, I
been
know.
yeah.
This thing I did, it was the first time I did it. I didn't know I could come with two access to a lane
I see, I
from
see.
there.
What rank is this, by the way?
This is low plat. It's gold one, but I'm playing like in that elo.
Okay,
And
okay, I
I'm
see.
like not hard stuck here, but I've been here for like 2 days. I was like climbing pretty fast, and
So,
so I think here it's like more or less my skill level.
mhm, mhm. So, tell me what's like going through your mind when you're laning?
Okay, when I'm laning, my mind is in where is my jungler? If the laners came late, I know that his jungler started blue side. So, for example, right now I'm thinking their jungler is top side, and I'm also thinking that like Tristana Leon, it's a very all-in lane that Tristana like automatically shoves lane, and I have a Soraka. I don't want her to get hooked or engaged on. They also have Ignite. So in this lane, I play in my tower because also Ezreal jungle, it's not gonna do anything for me. So
Interesting, interesting.
I'm
Um,
farming and I'm waiting for an opening that you're gonna see in a little bit.
all right. So my first reaction is okay. So let's go theoretical right now. So if Leona goes on you, right? If she lands E on you, what are you gonna do? Hello, are you there? Did the connection fail or something?
Oh, sorry, no, I was holding the wrong key.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
he disappeared. Yeah. So the question
Let
is,
me let me answer your question.
yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you.
No, no, good. It's all good.
In if Leona is me, I know that Tristan's gonna jump and bomb me and like chunk me out all my health. And then Soraka's gonna have to heal me. She's gonna have no health, and if she tries to Q her, she's gonna get engaged, and we're gonna die.
So if
So,
you, so how much HP do you need to not die to a Leona engage?
bro, with the ignite, like 80% at least.
Right, right, right. So here you have more than 80%, right?
Yeah.
So doesn't that mean if you hit Tristana, Leona goes on you, you kite back, and then you hit them while they run away. So that means you win the trade, right? Doesn't that mean that their engage cannot work if you have a certain amount of HP?
Um, it can be beneficial for me, but like now, okay.
Like okay, okay. Let's get it more. Okay, so let's put like a different example out here. Okay, say
Okay,
you
but
have,
like
say
what
you
I'm
have.
thinking is like they're engaged, it's much more reliable. So okay, if I get chunked 40% and I chunk her for 60, the next time if she wants to engage, she can just throw the bomb, pre-hit me, and I'm dead.
Well,
That's what I'm thinking.
the thing
And it's
is,
fair.
okay. So tell me how long is Tristana's E cooldown?
Like 15 seconds.
Right. Okay. So what's the cooldown on Soraka's heal? Is it less or greater than 15 seconds?
It's less.
Right. So when you go for the trade and they can't finish it, right, and you say they trade 40% of your HP, you trade 60% of theirs, you
Okay,
come
yes.
back with like full HP again, and you do the same thing. What happens?
She dies.
Yeah, or they can't fight, so they get zoned off the wave, right? Or they get pushed on the tower, or they have to back, right? So
So
what I'm trying to
basically,
say.
bait the bomb
Sorry, what?
or the engage.
Wait, sorry, say that again. I think I interrupted.
So basically, I bait the bomb or the engage. If she has no bomb, I can fight.
That too, yes. If she has no bomb, you know 100% they can't kill you. But if you have, what I'm trying to get at is, if you have a certain, like, if you have enough safety, right? And by safety, I mean HP or teammates nearby, or you have your flash up. If their engage cannot work for whatever reason, then they can't win, right? If their engage cannot work, and you have a response, right, which is hitting them, right, hitting Tristana if they try and go on you, right? That's your response. If you have a response to their engage and their engage fails, you win, right? That's like one of the core concepts in League of Legends. Let's say, for example, it's a 5v5 team fight, and Malphite engages onto your tanks. Who wins right off the bat? Like, it's an even team fight,
I
right?
win because everyone is focusing Malphite.
Right. Malphite had a failed engage, right? Because he hit the tanks, and then
Yeah.
you guys just killed
Yeah.
him, right? Versus him hitting like an AD carry and the mid laner, right? That would be like a successful engage if they can blow everyone up, right? So if in League of Legends, right, if things are relatively even like they are right now, right? We just started the game, everyone's like regular HP. If there's like a failed engage, you're gonna lose, right? If they jump on you and they can't kill you and they run away, what happens? You run them down because you're Draven, right? You throw your E and you proc like 5 auto attacks and then they have to base, right? Doesn't that make sense?
Yes.
So whenever you're in a position to aggress, this what the point I'm trying to get at here is that you can just hit this guy, right? And you can get free HP this way, right? Because if they can go on you, you're gonna win. So if you have full HP, you can hit this guy. What I'm trying to say is, you need to aggress in lane, right? You need to be the aggressor if you are like strong at whatever point, right? So say if you're what did you say? 80% HP. If you have less than 80% HP, you cannot aggress.
I want you to just look a little bit more into the video because I'm playing like a pussy here because I have only done shield and I don't know that Kalista game that I have posted. I was against an Alistar Tristana and like when Alistar engaged, I was like 80% HP with a Soraka also, and I died.
What's
We
the
both died.
difference between Alistar and Leona?
That I don't know. The
Just give me
honestly,
anything. Give me anything. Before level 6.
before level 6,
Yeah.
they both have gap closers, and like one has a knock up and the other one has a stun, and
Hold
the
on.
Alistar
What? Okay, let's do this one by one. Okay, so Leona, what can Leona do at level 3?
jump on me, Q me, and use her shield that does damage.
Right.
When
Okay. What does Alistar do? And the important part is Leona's E is a skill shot as well, right? So okay, now what's Alistar?
Alistar can basically do the same, get close to me, knock
With
me up
what? With what?
with his E. No?
His W, but yeah. Similar.
W and his Q, then he knocks me up and then he stuns me.
Right. So what's the difference that you just said between the two champions?
Longer CC.
Exactly. So and more damage. I think Alistar is more damage, but I'm not sure. Right. So Alistar is more CC. So you said you're at 80% HP and then you died. It's because Alistar is stronger than Leona. Like pre 6 all the time, pretty much, right? That's why. And then you say now they have a Leona, you can't play like they have an Alistar, right? Isn't that the example you gave?
No, that's just like a knowledge problem. Like
It's matchup based, right? So you can't really give like another champion as like an example of what not to do against this champion, right? Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, like they're different.
Right. But it's good that you know. I mean, like now, but at least you know that after that Kalista game, Alistar is more threatening than Leona, or maybe not that, but rather Alistar is like super scary at like level 3, right? Because he can like bring you down to 0 HP even if you have Soraka. Right?
Yeah. And Tristana, it's a beast also if she gets all the bomb stacks.
Right. Exactly, right. It's a very threatening combo. Um, so here you said there was like a fight about to happen.
I think it's now it's much more. This is like boring laning.
Oh, did you
Very
like want me
boring.
to? Did you want me to like skip forward to a certain point?
Yeah. This is only last hitting.
I see.
Like
I
some
see.
trading hit, some damage here and there, but nothing important.
Well, laning. Wouldn't you
I
say
think
laning
she
is?
uses her bomb now to like wave clear, and I go ham on her, and she ends up. I think Soraga gets the kill, but they end up burning summoners.
Well, wouldn't you? When you say that, nothing important is going on here. Wouldn't you? Isn't like laning super important for like the early game, mid game, even late game? I can't hear you, by the way. If you're saying something.
Yeah. I told you that what I my plan was like let them push me in. So you already told me that there are openings that I could use
Okay.
to
Okay.
like, stone her, but I didn't see them there.
Well, anyways, I think we're getting to that part where you mentioned. Nice. These are great hits. They can't do anything. You're not gonna die here. Yeah, you're just gonna kill this guy. Nice. That's clean.
And Raga got the kill. You see,
That's honestly that's fine, right?
but then Graves comes and we kill him too.
Jesus Christ, really? Oh yeah, he can't do this. Um, this is whew. He auto attacked the minion. Oh well, but that was really good by you guys, right? So that was like game winning right here. What you just did, that was really good, right? And in that example, how did you know you could just like 2v2 like that? If we back it up here, what changed? What changed?
Let me see. I don't remember. I just felt like I could kill her. The bomb. As
Right.
soon as I
So
saw that, I went in.
100%. So this is really clean, right? This almost doesn't matter how you play this as long as you don't like um drop every axe or something. You're just gonna like slaughter them, which is what you did. That was like really good decision making in terms of fighting, right? From what I've seen so far. Okay, but let's see. Now, after you kill these guys, what's the plan now?
Shit on Tristana and Leona.
Oh no! Like right, like at this, like if you're playing at this moment, what are you gonna do after you kill Graves?
Shove or like get a ward or something in their
Right.
jungle.
In this
But
case,
to get dragon, and I think I'm too low. I don't know.
I agree. Right.
And
So
if Tristan and Leona comes, we're dead.
right. So this is
So I
good, right?
just
Shoving and then
push
backing.
and I just push and buy items and recall.
It's good. It's good. I agree with that 100%. It's interesting how you guys both have 60 farm. But I think
Yeah,
that's
I was
kind of
farming very
okay.
good on the tower, bro.
Oh yeah, true. That would make sense. But yeah. So now question is, um, can you how do you know you can fight, or when should you fight? I guess.
Like honestly, now I can fight whenever I know Graves is not nearby.
Right, I would agree. And if they have no ignite, right? Because I think at level 6, if they use every single ability on you, I think there's a good chance that you'll die, right? If they have ignite, or executioners. But looks like they can't do anything. This guy's just gonna die. Jesus, nice, very good stuff. Very good stuff. Um,
You see there, I hit a minion in my back.
Honestly, that's fine. I don't like this is good so far, right? I think this is like really clean
And
fighting.
what do you think about the mechanics of the champion?
I mean, if you like main Draven slash, you really want to play this guy, it's like fine to play him. it's just like this champion is not easy. So if you like make a mistake and it's because like you drop an axe, there's nothing that anyone can really tell you except to not drop an axe, right? So
Yeah.
there's always that like possibility, right?
Like if you see, I don't know. What I want to say. Like, do you think I play like a horrible Draven? Do you see a horrible Draven play?
No, it's good. It's good. I would say the mechanics are completely fine, right? So, yeah, I have no problems. If you can play Draven like better than your rank or at your rank, this is good. This is interesting. Does this actually work? There's no way, right? Yeah. You're just gonna kill him. Right. You're just gonna. Oh, interesting. You back off. Okay, that's honestly, if you're playing safe, that's fine, right?
I didn't saw Cassiopeia, and I heard like 1100 times enemy killing spree.
That's fine. That's fine. If you thought that you had to play safe there, due to whatever reason that you're thinking of in game, that's completely fine, right? It's better to not chase. It's better to like not chase and safely back than to chase and give up a kill and like throw the game, right? So I think that is completely fine. In terms of decision making. Now, if you want to like extend the lead, right? So did you say that you guys ended up losing this game?
Yeah, but I mean, Cho'Gath and Ari are feeding, and like I couldn't do anything. Like I didn't expect it, Jax to be so strong. He like just walked up to me and Soraka, and he 2v1 us.
Oh damn, really?
And I had like QSS and everything.
That's pretty tragic. Wait, this
Yeah.
guy is legit dying. Wow, these are some nice axes right here. I'm surprised he didn't die, but so basically this is just you walking on these guys right now, right? So if you want to like okay, so once you've won bot, right? How do you win the game, right? How do you go around and like get stuff done? What do you think?
Going to other lanes obviously, and like trying to get a lead to the team, not just myself.
Right. So the first priority should be getting this tower down, right?
Yeah.
As safely as you can, right? If you
I
think
don't
you
know
can't
why
do it for
why
whatever.
they're still harassing them. Like, I
It's
don't
good
know.
that you're going for an HP advantage. But at a certain point, you need to like start taking this tower, right? Okay, this could be if you kill these guys, you can definitely take the tower. I think. Oh baby, these guys are just dying. All right, let's skip past this. You're just like walking all over them. Oh, Cassiopeia comes down, right? So he's trying to make it so that you guys can't get the tower.
I think I die here and I get really upset. Like, there, what the fuck? What's this?
Well, I mean, you can't. How do you fight this guy, right? You have no mana.
Yeah, but I don't know. She was so strong. Like, I was not used to a Cassiopeia in 13 minutes doing 100% HP in 2 seconds.
So
She's
I guess
she always like scaled slower, but
the
she got
the,
super fed.
the kind of mindset here is not because she's strong she can kill me. What if she wasn't strong? What if she was 0-0-0? Right. So if she was 0-0-0, can you get this tower?
No,
Can you trade with her?
no.
So it doesn't matter how strong she was, in general, right? We're speaking in general. It could be a different game, different champion. But if you are finding yourself in a position where you can't get something and you're like not thinking, or you're thinking I can get something, but that's like incorrect. That's what we're trying to prevent here, right? So the goal here is, you push them up, you kill the enemy bot lane. So now you want the tower, right? That's what you're thinking.
And I'm thinking also with Cassiopeia here, like there's less pressure on the other side. Like there's no bot lane, there's no mid lane, but like Ari, it's useless.
No. Look, like right when she responds, you should know that. What's going through your mind when she responds? Like defends the tower.
On my mind, it's mid lane is free.
Right. And Dragon is free, and that's exactly what your team is doing, right? So, but because those things are free, it means this bot tower is no longer free, right?
Yeah.
So what happens to your options?
I should
Before
have.
Cassiopeia came, you could get the tower, but now she's
Yeah.
defending. Now
I
what?
think we still got dragon. I mean, I should have gone to mid lane or dragon for sure. Like
Why do you say those options?
because
Like why mid lane?
I don't know because she's not there and I could take mid lane tower.
Um,
But then
how do we
Tristana would
describe
be
this?
spawn. I think I would have recalled.
Right. Okay. That's like those are the options I'm looking for, right? The recall, right? Because going like what does going mid here do, right? If you go mid here, you can't. It's like how do you like help what's going on there, right? By the time you get there, Tristana and Leon are already on the
Yeah,
way, and then
there's nothing to do with
you
mid.
can't hit the
There's
tower, right?
nothing. I was not going to go mid lane. Probably I was going to go dragon. I mean, I wanted to kill her. I don't know. I felt very strong, but it wasn't the right call.
Yeah. So basically,
And there, I would have run away perfectly, but my E bait me into her ult and I died.
that is like super unfortunate, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like okay. So basically, you should always have a what am I doing right now kind of mentality, right? So when you're fighting those two bot, you're saying I can beat these guys because I'm strong for XYZ reasons, right? So your mentality is we can take fights and gain an advantage and then push our advantage, right? So you took the fight, you won, you push your advantage, you're getting this tower. So whenever something changes, that should be factored into your mindset, right? So if someone comes to defend, right, you should be saying in your head, if this guy comes to defend, I should just back off. But if the Graves comes to defend, I can keep hitting the tower because he can't stop me, right?
Yeah,
That
of
should be
course.
like
But I
your
thought here that I could kill her or do or like make her back and let me get the tower. Like I was super strong. I didn't expect her to be two levels above me and like one shoot me. Like as soon as
I
I
mean,
saw I couldn't do anything to her, I tried to back, but it was too late.
yeah, I mean, I guess it could be like a one time, like it's just unfortunate, right? But that's just like a how do you describe that? Um, I'm sure it doesn't happen that often, right? You knowing when you can like beat this guy or not, right? Usually you're right, right? Like in this case, or in the last like four fights, you are correct, right? Um, but I guess if you like needed to work on that, it would be it would be something like if I get hit by this guy's abilities, am I gonna die, right? I'm not really sure how else to. You already know what you did wrong, basically, right?
Yeah,
So we don't really need to go over
overestimated.
that. But you need to like take your winnings to another level. So like basically, when you're saying you were like destroying bots so hard and you didn't know how to win because your solo laners are losing so hard, right?
Look at Jax. Look at
I know,
Jax right
yeah.
now.
Jax is like literally in your inhib tower, right? So you need to like take this and like leave and then go fight Jax basically, or you have to go fight Cassiopeia, or you have to do something on the map. This is awkward. Everyone's dead. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm dead.
I think that it's okay because you guys got the tower, so I wouldn't fault you for that. Like this is whatever, right? That was just like a meaningless fight. You could have won that, you could have lost that. It doesn't really matter. You got the tower, which is important. But now you should be trying to like now the real question is where do you go after this, right? So like why bot, right? And obviously this game is like pretty messed up because
Okay.
the enemy mid laner is not going to be 12-0 every game or 10-3 or whatever, right? So this is kind of a monkey game going on here. But you are strong, so I think there is a way to win, right?
Exactly. This is why I told you this game is like one of the games that I need help with because this is basically a free win. If anyone higher elo gets this fed early, like he wins.
Okay. stop right now. We look at the map. This is where our problem begins. Like our problem being we're strong, but our team is weak, and the enemy is strong, but some of his team is weak, right? So now, from a theoretical standpoint, what should you do? Like right now, from looking at the map, right? What is your and looking at like the team? You know what? How do you win this game?
Getting picks.
Um,
And
okay.
open
Besides
up
like,
the map.
how do you like get picks? We can go from there. How do you get picks?
I don't know, let me see, but I need others to do that for me.
Well, to get picks, you need to have vision control, right? Because if they can see you sitting in a bush, you can't get the pick because they'll just walk away or they'll bait out your skill shots, right?
Yeah, I need vision.
Right. Vision control. So if your mindset is in order to recover from this game, we need to get picks. Fill up your inventory with pink words and put them in entry points to your jungle so that when they try and push in, you can fight them off, right? That's like one way to do it. What I see here is if your team is like losing so badly that you're like the only carry, you need to get as strong as possible. And whenever a fight breaks out, you need to like basically win the fight for your team, right? That's like we're at this point where if a fight breaks out, you need to be there in the fight and you need to kill everyone, right? So if you're ever off doing something by yourself, like I'm not saying this is bad. What I'm saying is if you're ever doing something that's like I need to farm this wave because there's like 500 gold here, you need to backping your team as well because right now your whole team is dead, right?
Yes, I do that all the time, and it doesn't matter. They always die. Like
Right,
I
but
can scream danger, 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 and they still fight and they still die. I just try to slow push this, like get a few minions killed and go mid. Look, but then Jax shows up, and look, I'm dead.
okay. Why did you could have killed him, right?
I don't know.
Well, hold up. So if you want to 1v1 or okay, if you want to like fight other champions, right? You win by utilizing your win conditions and you lose by not playing around the enemy's win conditions, right? So if you're playing against a Malphite and you have flash, but he hits you with his ultimate, you've lost, right? But if you flash his ultimate, you've won, right? So it's a very clear win condition in Malphite's ultimate. He hits that, you're gonna lose, and if he misses that, you're gonna win, right? So what is Jax's win condition?
It's stun.
Right. So if you get hit by the stun, then you're gonna lose, right? And what's Draven's win condition?
Dodging the stun and killing him.
Just like your Q, right? Your auto attacks, massive damage from your auto attacks is your win condition, right? So how in your kit, right? What like you have no flash, so what is available to you for you to stop his stun?
My E.
Right. So at what point do you throw your E? If he's running straight at you and you're running straight back. When say again?
When he's queuing towards me, I throw my E.
Right, exactly. So
But he flashed. I tried, I didn't anticipate it. But then I could have like W. No, I missed an axe. It was a horrible
it's just
mechanical Draven.
yeah, it's a mechanical mistake. So it's like why people say don't play these champions. But I mean, he does have flash, right? So it was really hard for you to win in the first place because he's just gonna flash on you. So if you don't have flash, you can't take this 1v. If you know he has flash and you don't have flash and you don't have an answer to what they can do, like Cassiopeia flash R or R flash or whatever, then you can't fight, right? So if you see this guy and you like want to fight him, you have to like know how you win, right? And then if you like get caught by something like this, that's like a threat. Like you can't win anymore. Your like chances of winning have decreased by a lot, right? Because you're gonna die, and now everyone mid is dead, and Cho'Gath is gonna get like 6 farm, and that's it, right? Like if we fast forward, everyone's gonna die, right? Cho'Gath died instead of mid, but it's the same thing, right? Like if you basically what caused you were on the track to like solo carrying, right? But like the solo laners killed you, right? Isn't that what you need to do to beat the solo laners?
You need to kill them.
Right, because you're the strong person, they're the strong people on their team, So if you can beat them, you win, right? Basically, kind of. That's like kind of how it is. But if you die to them 1v1, 1v2, whatever, then you've like thrown the game, right? You've thrown the mid game, right?
No, yeah, I threw this game like after that Jax. I was tilted. I was tilted that Cassiopeia and Jax were so fed. Like all top lane lost, mid lane lost. I had an Ezreal jungle like never even bothered to come bot lane. I don't know. I was very tilted.
Right. It's pretty stupid how your solo laners can just like throw the game by themselves too. But I think like the
I played
takeaway
against
point from what I'm seeing so far is if you like want to fight, you need to figure out how you win and how you lose. First and foremost, like you showed me with the Soraka Draven versus Tristana Leona, right? You calculated that if they miss an ability, right? If Tristana uses a bomb on someone else, we can 2v2, right? That's exactly what I want to see with Draven and other champions as well, right? Because so far, like your only mistakes are taking like you have 3 deaths, and only 2 of those deaths were like kind of worse than normal, right? The one death you guys took the tower, and then Cassio chased you down. You could have won the fight, but it didn't really matter. It's fine. But the other 2 deaths, you like tried to take these fights that were clearly like not in your favor, right? So it's you need to not start fights where you don't know the outcome of the fight, right?
Okay,
You're like going into the fights without an advantage, right? So against the Jax, you went into the fight.
I need to go into a fight if I'm 99% sure I'm going to win.
Right. Well, I mean, like reasonably sure, at least, right? And you have to have the reasons. Like here, why can't we push here?
Because 2 are dead, and I will Jax. It might be somewhere else, but I don't know. Cho'Gath and I could burst him down.
You have no answer. You have no answer to the Leona Jax. Right? You have no flash, right? So if Leona and Jax come around this corner,
yeah, I back off. Like after I scare her a little bit, I back off there.
Okay. That's good at least. Well, actually, maybe Jax was somewhere else on the map too. Oh, Jax died, so you guys take the tower, and you push up, right? Okay, that's fine. Honestly, you guys should definitely just back. I think, right?
And I also was thinking like I want like Cassiopeia to I don't know come top waste time.
Well, I mean, the thing here is how you're not afraid of the TP or anything.
I mean at this point I'm thinking like chase me. Oh, here I die. Please don't show this.
Yeah, this is. I guess you're just like tilted at this point, but you shouldn't like go for another wave, right? This is like overextending. Okay, so basically, I think like the like from this game, I don't know about the other games, but from this game, it was like when you take the fights, you need to come up with reasons why you take the fights, right? We need to be able to reason it out why you win, right? I think that's like your biggest problem in this game, right? You smashed the enemy bot lane, but then you like couldn't convert your lead to anything bigger than that, right? Like here, if you fight this guy, it's like questionable. Right? If you guys fight here, it's like questionable, right? So like, why are you fighting here, right? It's like basically this concept is like trying to take fights for no good reason.
What else can I do?
Okay, yeah, okay. This is a good question. So one of the basic tenets of making stuff happen is lane priority, right? If you've seen my other videos, I talk about lane priority. Basically, lane priority is being able to shove first. You have control of this lane. I mean, they gave up control, so you have lane priority here, right? You can shove them first, and then what? What can you do after that? What are your options?
Go Baron, but what can I do in Baron? If I hit Baron, I'm dead.
Okay, so you can go Baron, right? And you say if you hit Baron, you can't win, right? Because Baron's hitting you guys and they come. I agree, you cannot hit Baron. But what can you do besides hitting Baron?
Get vision control.
Right. So if they don't know you're doing Baron and they come check, right? How do you check a Baron?
Face checking the
right?
bush
What are some other ways?
with the trinket, blue trinket.
Blue trinket, right? And abilities, right? So you take a look at what they have, right? Do they have trinket, whatever? Um, who is gonna check on their team? So it's gonna be Leona, right? Her check range is a ward, right? So it's like this amount of range, and that amount of range is within what skill shots? It's like Draven E, RE Charm, whatever, right? So if you go through that process and you say, okay, lane priority, push mid, go to Baron, put up pink wards, they come check, right? You see the blue trinket go down, you kill it, and you push mid again, you go back. They don't have blue trinket for another minute, so they have to use something else to check, right? So if it's like Leona, if it's Cassiopeia, then they walk up, they try and check the bush, and boom, they get hit, right? So there are options you can take after pushing that don't involve hitting the tower or diving, right? So like other options you can do if you really want to starve them out of a game, you can just push mid and take their camps. For example, push mid, get deep wards, push mid, camp a bush, right? You can push mid, go back to laning, everyone gets their own lane of farm, right? Cho'Gath gets a lane, Ahri gets a lane, Draven gets a lane, and then respond to their Baron, right? There are options you can take that don't involve hitting the tower basically, or getting damage on their tower, right? I'm not saying this is like I'm not saying this is never an option. Sometimes sieging is a good option, but in this case it's impossible to siege against the Fed Cassiopeia, right?
Yeah.
So if you cannot siege for whatever reason, right? So say that in Nivea, you cannot siege for whatever reason, you don't siege, right? So you take any option that doesn't include playing into their hands, right? So if everyone's mid, there's like an issue here, right? You basically for like what to do. So far we talked about like fighting or like bad fighting. Here it's like try and know your options. So what your options, I'm telling you right now, your options as an AD carry are push out and go do something, right? Push and go do something. If you're winning, push, get lane priority, and go do something. So in this case, it's push and put your pink ward at Baron. If you have like a pink ward, right? Or you don't even have to go to Baron if you want to bait. If you have everything in the river sweeped and Baron, you can sit in this bush as well, right? There, like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, but I don't. Yeah, I understand what you say, but I don't know. I don't trust my team to understand what I'm trying to do.
Holy shit, you guys
Here
got a
we
shit
ended
on
up
kill.
getting a kill,
I
but
mean,
Jack's eating our base.
it's not about like trusting your team what to do. It's about like taking charge yourself, right? Like these if they have no idea what to do and you tell them what to do.
If I go Baron, put a ping ward, and sit in the brush, and I ping them, and they don't come, and they die.
Okay. So you're saying if you go get lane priority, push in, and then you say, "Let's go get vision," and everyone ignores you, that's like a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Right. I agree.
Here, look what end up happening.
Your Jax is gonna take the inhibitor, right?
I know, yeah. We win this team fight,
Oh,
and
what the
Jax,
heck?
he
Wait, why is
cancels.
Jax teleporting? Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, I don't know why it was teleporting, but you guys are losing your inhibitor, so you should take Baron here, right? So the thing is, it's not League of Legends is like it's also unfair. Solo queue is unfair in the sense that you need to do like the heavy lifting as well, right? So you should try and like make the calls for your team, right? If you guys can here, you should immediately go Baron because he's gonna get the inhibitor no matter what.
Yeah,
So Baron is like the only
sure
trade.
we should have gone Baron.
Right. I mean, it's obvious to say in hindsight. But okay, so in game, this is like how you know what to do, right?
Yeah,
This
for
has
sure we
become.
had to Baron right there.
Say
It
again?
was a, but for sure we had Baron right there. I don't know. I was stupid.
Yeah, but that's like an isolated. That's like an isolated thing. The important thing here is, like, like take an option after getting mid priority, after getting lane priority, right? After pushing this in, don't just 5v5 mid like ARAM style. You should like have a pink ward and like put a pink ward in the river. Basically what I'm saying is practice your options, right? I don't care if these guys take a fight mid and then they die, right? Because if they take a fight, you can just come back, right? If they take a fight, you can just walk back, right? Doesn't that make sense? And
Yeah.
and I doubt they will take a fight like 9 times. Like on average, they will not take a fight if you back ping them and you ping Baron and you put a ward down and you say let's camp a bush, right? Now on average, they're not just gonna suicide mid because people want to win the game, right? Um, basically, what you should practice is like practice your options after getting lane priority, right? Do you like not agree?
Yeah, I do agree with you. But
Okay, okay.
I mean, I do agree, but in this case, like, it's a very like I have more options because we ended up like making something happen in that Aram style useless mid lane 5 person. But here, I think we should have taken Baron, and
Right,
I think
right. And I
that
agree.
made a difference in the game, maybe. Uh, I don't know. The rest of the match is pretty much the same. Getting picked off and just tilting and losing. If you want, you can go forward a little bit. I don't know.
Right, right, right. So okay, yeah, you. I guess it's also like. So you asked, you're like, I know that there is a way to win this because I'm fed. If there was like a challenger playing this game and he was this fed, he could have carried this game, right? So this is, I'm telling you exactly how they would have done it, right? They would have called for the wards at Baron, and then they would have taken mid priority and gone to Baron. Basically, it's like, sure, this happens every game. Doesn't matter what rank you're at. This will happen, right? The enemy team will also get caught as well. But it's like the times where you can do something and you don't take action is when it's like you're losing the game, right? Like when you guys could have Baron, or when you guys could have gotten Baron control because their Cassiopeia could not fight you for the mid lane, right? Those are the times when you should go get something, basically, right? I know it's like super tilting when the enemy solo laners are super far ahead for no reason other than the fact that your team is just super bad and you won your lane, so it's not your fault. But that's like League is like very team oriented now, right? It's very hard to do something by yourself nowadays, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know. And the problem was what really tilted me like a lot was that Ezreal never came bot lane. Like, bro,
Well, I
I
mean,
literally
what would he get by coming bot? You guys already won
no,
lane, right?
nothing. I'm not saying that he should come. I'm saying like, how the fuck top on mid lost so hard if he didn't even have to look at bot lane.
If you ever, yeah, that I agree 100%. But uh, some games
Yeah,
it'll
got
just
like
happen, right? It
destroyed.
doesn't happen every game, right? It doesn't happen every game, but sometimes your lanes are just lose, right?
Yeah,
That's
but
just how it
like,
works.
thank you very much. Like I see now like some options that I didn't see before.
Yeah, I think this
That,
one is it'll say more of the same story. So on to the next one.
yeah, but no, please look the delusion game. I want to show you like a play I did in the laning phase with Blitz that I'm really proud.
Oh, is that did you
It's
was that
right
the
here.
timestamp?
It's the first blood.
Oh wait, I think I like accidentally. Hold up, is this it? 12 minutes
No,
in.
it's delusion game. Yeah, that one. No, it's not. It's back a little bit. It's
Oh,
I'm not sure if you know this, but I thought about it and it worked.
do you know like the time it's at?
And then here, that hook. Okay, can you go back a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
There, I like look. I tanked the minions so they push to the left and
Yeah,
blitz.
that was really good.
Yeah,
That was clean. That was like very smart thinking, right? Because if you pull the minions to you, Blitz can just like hook for free because all the minions are on the left side, right?
yeah. Too bad he got the kill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's sometimes. I mean, yeah.
No,
I
I don't
guess
care.
that's
Like
too bad,
I
but it's
felt
good that you
I
guys.
felt proud that my plan worked.
That was really good. That was really good. Oh my god, what the hell is that hook? That was also really good. Oh my god, this guy is just hooking
Yeah,
on cooldown.
yeah, the
Jesus.
blitz was very, very good.
All right, so who is the enemy jungler? Is the question here? Oh, it's Kane. You just walk away. That was good. That was a good.
It
Oh
was a
wow.
mistake.
Okay.
Like I walk in like an idiot.
Yeah. I was gonna say that was really good, but then you like walk back into exhaust, right? Um, but it was good. It's good. You guys get it. I mean, even using your flash is good. Right. So you're absorbing jungle pressure. You are winning lane, and you're still winning lane. That game didn't change anything. So that was a good. That was really good by you. And you got a preferential buy as well. So everything is a okay. Um, so what's like the story of this game? Is it like kind of similar story?
Nah, it's a stomp game. All the team was on point, except the jungle was a little bit slow at the beginning, but at least she took dragon, and it was like the ocean that it's very, very good during the laning phase. Here I take like an awful trade because here my thinking was like, let me go in, they will focus me, and maybe Blitz lands a hook, but he wasted the hook before.
Okay, that's
And I also wanted to like pressure before Sona gets six.
that's fine. That's fine. If that was your plan and you didn't know he was gonna like use this hook like that, that's a okay, right? That I think that would have worked if Blitz was saving his hook, right? So I have no qualms about that. You know, it looks bad because you're baiting, right? But okay, yeah, this guy's gonna die. Oh wow, he went for the jinx instead. That's kind of awkward. Interesting, interesting. So which of these games are like average? Are like the average game for you?
Honestly, the last one,
The last one? Oh, the game before?
the Draven one,
Well, I
and
thought,
the
I
Kalista
highly doubt
game,
that
the
your
Kalista
laners go
game.
like 0 and 10, right?
Well, I mean, there's or either that or my support ints, and I'm not being like very pessimistic, but most of the time when I have an easy lane, it's either a stomp or my whole team feeds a lot.
I see, I
And
see.
the Kalista game, for example, it's a game where I got shit on in lane, like hard, and but then I like came back. Like I played very well during the mid game, like making like forcing fights that I know we could win, but it was like a very short game. Here I'm thinking that I have an advantage because Sona has no ulti yet, but the
Hmm.
Blitz I think wasted the hook.
Um so what is your like what is your like plan like in this game? Okay, so if you were to like create a plan like now of what to do next, what would that plan be?
Okay, I remember that my plan this game was like trying to get fed because in the late game, if I'm even with Jinx, I think that with a set there, I'm gonna have a very tough time like matching her in damage in the late game. So I need to like be stronger than her. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, so the plan. So your idea is kind of, we should get ahead before she scales, right? Otherwise, we're gonna get outscaled. So
Yeah.
what I mean by plan is, what are you gonna do like next, right? Like, are you gonna push? Are you gonna back? Are you gonna look to trade? Are you gonna look to pull the wave left so your blitz can get a hook?
Every time I'm with Lucian and I'm ahead, I like to push because I have an escape and I can roam. I like
Okay,
to.
so the plan is to push, right? So when I say we should come up with a plan, that's the kind of the general thinking is like what should you do rather than how do we play yeah, basically it's like what should you do next, right? So like what should you do next here?
Push and get tower.
Okay. So tower pressure is the idea here, right? So that's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Um, but how can you right? But how can you hit that tower without getting like Sona ulted or something, right?
Yeah, I can't. I'm waiting my blitz to land a miracle hook there,
So is
and
there like a different plan you can come up with, or is this? Do you think this is like the best course of action?
at the moment I don't see anything. Do you see something else?
Okay. Let's go back to our example in the other game when I said there were options you can take after getting mid priority, right? So in this case,
Okay,
would
of
you agree
course.
that you have bot priority?
Yes.
Right, because you have control of the lane, you can push, you can roam. Okay, so what are some options you can take? Name five. Doesn't matter how bad or good they are. Just name five.
Okay, I can just push the wave, let it reset, and like zone them out.
Okay,
But
so push and then freeze, right? That's one.
I can just keep pushing and hitting the turret a little bit. If it's not possible, then just push and back, push and back.
Right, push and tower pressure. That's two.
I can go into the enemy jungle, ward,
But do you push first before you do that?
of course.
Okay, so push and then go deep wards. That's three.
Of course, of course. Always push first, then do something else. If there's minions there to be killed, I don't go anywhere. Unless there's a team fight or something like that.
Right.
No?
So two more options. Two more options.
I can go into the enemy jungle, ward, I can go to my jungle, take Krugs. Maybe yeah, I can rotate mid because Blitzcrank has like very good pick potential and maybe I can get mid tower.
Okay, that's about five options, right? You said push and then take Krugs and then push and then roam mid, right? So that's like five, right? So those are all good options, right? Those are all viable options depending on like the state of the game, right? So in this case, which is the best option, right? Which will net you the most consistent result in this scenario?
Right.
Say again.
um, Here, the most consistent result. I think that doing what I'm doing.
So you said so you say tower pressure is the most consistent result you can get right now.
Well, not really, because if the jungler shows up, I have to back
Right. Why do you have to back if the jungler shows up?
because they can kill me
Why can they kill you here?
because I'm low HP.
There we go. So your HP is a factor in determining what
Oh,
option you can
or I
take,
can
right?
recall. I think that's what you're looking for me to say, no?
Yeah, I'm looking for something like zoning them off the wave, or basically you can't pressure this tower, right? Basically, what we want is to take an option that doesn't end in like that can go wrong, right? We want to take an option that is gonna be good, that we know is gonna be good, like 100%, right? But like in this case, since you have no HP and mana, you can't hit the tower until you have your HP and mana back. So what you can do is what you said. You can push and reset the wave and then wait for Blitz to land a hook. Or maybe you can push and have Blitz roam. Or basically anything that doesn't involve,
Losing
potential.
HP.
Potentially risking your life. Like if you had full HP, feel free to hit this tower, right?
Here I'm also thinking that I have the Ocean Drake and I'm like regenerating fast.
Right. That's good. Then you should wait until you're basically
That's
don't
what
get hit as long until you
stay
regenerate,
back
right?
a little bit and go back to the same. I think in like 30 seconds I'm back to full HP or something like that.
Right, that's good. That's good. Then when you have full HP, full mana, you can pressure the tower as long as you're ready to dodge the Sono ult, right?
Yeah, you're gonna see what's going on right now.
Right.
I think we dive now and like Shivana doesn't know what to do. I know that already happened. Sorry, that already happened.
So you guys playing safe because Shyvana's here. That's
No,
fine.
I saw Kain.
Oh, Kane. Yeah, sorry, not
Kain,
Shyvana. Um.
and like
So now you
I
guys
don't
are
know, he can like appear in my back or something like that.
right. That's there we go. That's what I was looking for. This kind of scenario where you said it too, right? You're like push, reset the wave, zone them off the wave.
And I
This
also learned like to control this way like this because of your videos that You say a lot like, where do you want the wave? And I'm
Right, right,
thinking
right.
here that I want the wave mid lane because Blitz can hook easier.
That's this is you like just won the game by yourself, like right here. Like that's exactly what you want to how you want the game to play out, like whatever this is, right? Because now you get the tower, and right. So before it was like you were trying to get the tower pressure, right? You were saying you thought the best option was tower pressure, but you couldn't do anything to the tower. But after you make this play, you can just get the tower for free, right? So basically, I think the from what I'm seeing at least is um, you should know your options and evaluate them very carefully. Like I know we both know that you know what your options are. At least I think you know what your options are, right? You just listed five of them. So it's saying, how do I pick the best one? Basically, what should I be doing at any given moment, based on like XYZ factors, right? Because I think a lot of times you you can tell me your options now, right? As we review these games, right? If we go back and look at the last game with Draven, and you were hitting the tower, and then Cassiopeia showed up, you knew that an option was to hit the tower, right? Just like in this game, you knew an option was to hit the tower, but it may not have been the best option, right? So I think the thing that'll help you most, from what I'm seeing, is being able to articulate your options like out loud, and like come up with the best one after uh like throwing a lot of factors into it, right? And some of the biggest ones are, how much HP do you have, or how consistent is this option, right? Hitting that tower could be super scary because they're gonna try and stop you from hitting the tower, right? How do you stop the Sono ult? You have to use your dash, right? Or you have to use your flash. So it's like
And like predicted, it's not reliable.
it could be reliable, but based on the amount of HP you have, it's very high risk, low reward, right? So
Do
what we want,
you think my E or my Flash are reliable in dodging Sona ult? I mean, I cannot. I might predict it, but she can like bait my Flash.
right? It's hard, right? It's very hard. And the reward is only like 5 auto attacks on a tower per wave, right? So it's not a high reward, and then you could like throw the bot lane doing so. So basically, I think that your mechanics are really good, right? You play Draven better than I play Draven, right? And so far, your Lucian has been like pretty good in terms of fighting, right? You're basically killing them every time Blitz hooks, and that's good, right? That's your job. So now I think like the story of these last two games is kind of, what do I want to do, or rather, is this the best option? Ask yourself, is this the best? Like right here, is this the best option? Freezing, is this freezing the best option here?
Of course, not,
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
because I have vision of support and mid, and I'm really scared of Set because I know he sucks, and I have summoners, um, and I can go away. Like I don't know, like the only thing that can stop me is if all the three appear. Like nothing can stop me from pushing right now.
Right, right, right. And the idea is to kind of, so your idea here is to, deny waves of farm, right?
No, no, no. I pushed.
Okay, you push here. Oh, I mean, I'm not saying like this is bad, this is good, whatever. We just need to be able to reason out every option,
Sometimes,
right?
sometimes when there's a wave like that, like I rather take the two wave like very near my turret than take it a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? Like if I let like my last minion wave die, maybe I can catch the other wave that it's coming a little bit closer because I didn't know where Seth was until after he showed mid lane.
Right, right, right. That was good. That was good. That was good.
And
That's
here,
good.
here it's
That's good practice.
a 1v1 that
Yeah, you
I
can't lose
messed up
this,
a little
right?
bit. I messed up a little bit
Oh,
my
Sona's
E
coming.
when he ulted me. Like there, I had to flash because I used my E. I wasted it.
Well, honestly, that's fine, right? I would say that's fine. Like we don't have to worry about your mechanics or your fighting, right? Like the last two games, you have won every single fight that you've taken, as long as it was a good decision, right? Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
Every single fight, you smash these kids. Like on Draven, on Lucian, doesn't matter. So the underlying problem is, like for the fights you lost, you took fights that were unwinnable, right? And then for the kind of like here, what did you want here? Like it's kind of what should you do next is the problem here, right? So what should you do here after you kill this guy? What can you do?
Take his jungle and push a
Right,
little bit.
right. Take his jungle and push, right? So here I would have, for example, push bot, right, until someone responded or something,
But I
or taking
think
their
I was
jungle,
scared. I think I was scared of Zed.
right? But can't you see Zed on the map?
Wait,
He's like
let me
mid.
see what I do after.
Like
If I
basically, you
if
want
I
to make
recall,
him
I'm an
come,
idiot.
right? After you get an advantage, you want to push your advantage, right? Okay, okay. So you say ping blue, right? And your team's doing something top. Maybe you can sneak this away. That's good. And you come kill this guy.
Oh, here I die. Here I die like an idiot.
Really? Oh, Sona's here. Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, you're just gonna get jinx out there, huh?
Yeah, I was so like I knew Sona was there, but I thought Blitz or what was behind me because I called her, I pinged him, and he showed up. I don't know. I didn't saw him go back mid. I even pinged her.
Like this would be good if you didn't use your E. Yeah, but, I mean, if you want to make a play like this and you ping your team and they don't come, you have to play like they're not coming, right? But you had the right idea. You had the right idea, right? If your blitz was here, it would have worked. Oh wow, he killed the Sona too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of funny. But yeah, basically it's what other options do you have besides
Yeah,
going bot?
evaluating my options. Sometimes I don't see what are the options like clearly, and I end up taking like the bad one.
Right. That's you're taking like the second best or third best or like suboptimal options here, right? So if I say you should go top here, why should you go top?
Because I can take the Herald and I can take Harold and Cho'Gath has teleport.
Exactly. That's exactly right? And then you don't if you want to face Zed, if you end up facing Zed, you want to be in a shorter lane as well, right? So there are like three good reasons for you to go top. How about going bot? What are your reasons for going bot?
Nothing, just push, get farm, and that's it, and create pressure there.
Right, there's like nothing except for maybe pressuring the second inner tower, and that's like always super hard to do.
If it's with me, I like take second tower. I
Yeah.
think he will take it.
Oh wow, you do end up pressuring it.
I play a lot there with vision, and like I go back, I go in, go back in, and like I also trusted the Twisted Fate a lot because like set TF, it's a very hard matchup for TF, and if he's like shitting on him so hard, like I think like this guy is not gonna die just like that, and I just go bot lane, and if something comes for me, I think Twisted Fate will come and we turn it around.
Right. I agree.
Flash ghost me and I die also.
Wow. Wait, hold on. Let's
Shyvana
rush
killed
these.
me there, I think.
Yeah. See, like every fight that you've lost are like fights that are kind of it's not like it's like basically not good fights to take, right? I mean, it could be a good fight to take. Actually, no, yeah, it's not really a good fight. Like, what can you? Okay, so even if you kill this guy, what do you get? Like a wave of
No,
farm,
right.
right? And it's like low. It's like high risk, low reward.
Yeah, but here I'm just messing around.
Oh, okay, that's fair then.
Here, like I want to kill her. She looks like so easy that I want to kill her. It's fun to get kills like that with Lucian, but yeah, it's not the right call, of course.
Right. So I think the story of these games are, um,
The
you
Kalista game,
know,
very weird game. You're gonna flip.
So you say laning was super hard, and the reason is because Alistar, Soraka cannot stop Alistar, right? Soraka cannot stop this engage from
Yeah,
happening.
we got destroyed. We got destroyed, but and they took our tower, and I like forgot about bot lane. Like I never came back bot lane,
Interesting.
and
You
you'll
guys
see.
are hurting them now, so that's good. And then Master G is top, so this is like a 2v2. Pushing them in.
Their Master G also was like very bad. I mean, I don't know,
That's
like
good.
in these games, there. I think it's because I'm in Gold One. Like when you're in a top, uh, in a number one division, I think like they put you in toxic matches. Like when you're in series, that the matches turn out to be like four toxic persons and you.
Oh yeah, series is impossible, right? Can't win. Series is just like rigged. So this is awkward. Trade kill. That's fine.
Yeah.
Um, this spec here is just kind of awkward. That how do we say this?
I should have flashed that, but
No, it's not the flashing part. It's the like don't stand next to her kind of thing. I don't know. I would not worry about this if I were you. I would not worry about that. That's like whatever, right? It's just that if you knew, like, you should anticipate that they could take that kind of option, right?
yeah, in the video description, I learned a lot from this game. Like I learned a lot from Alistair.
Right. That's good.
Like
That's good.
I was because sometimes I play with Alistars and they just stand there doing nothing and but they don't go so ham like this.
Right. The only reason, I mean, one of the reasons why he can do this is because Soraka can't stop
Yeah, and
either of
Tristana
them.
can follow up.
Right. She would have to like immediately silence Tristana. That's like not easy. Um. So it's kind of awkward. But I think we can like. This is kind of a. I think you usually win lane, right? Am I right in saying that, or is that like not right?
Some yeah. I mean I think I rely too much on my support. If my support is an idiot, there's no way I win lane.
Interesting. Interesting.
Like if I'm not sure. If my support like it's failed or doesn't know what he's doing or is playing brand support and doesn't land anything and takes E first, I lose lane. I get pushed in or I don't know. And then and I also I try to play like Twitch and but I don't have success with those ADC. I don't know. I feel like their early game it's too passive. I don't know. Like honestly, I would like to meet you, bro, and to learn from the best. But I guess it's not possible.
This is kind of awkward now. This situation in the laning phase. Oh man, it's so hard to. How do I say this? I'm not really sure how to help you beyond saying, like no like it's kind of weird because your mechanics are like good for your rank, right? Would you agree?
I don't know.
I would say so, right? I don't think it's a
I've been higher ranked than this, but not playing as marksman.
right. I think it's more of a decisional kind of issue that you're having, right? Like no, like taking the right option basically is
Until
right. So we can go from here, right? So you're in a losing situation. Are you trying to bait the Tristana?
yeah, I'm trying to bait, but she like destroyed me.
Right. So how do you know this bait doesn't work? Right, like right here. like right here. Like we get to here.
I should have gone to the left side instead of right
Even if you go to the left, it doesn't work. Why do I say that?
because I'm gonna die and she's gonna go the other way because she resets her jump or I don't know.
Like when you bait this, like how does the bait work basically? So you say if she jumps on
She's not
you,
dying.
she's gonna die. Why?
What? Sorry.
If she, so you're saying you want to bait this, right? So how is this? How does the bait work basically? Like tell me how it goes. Ideally.
Like she thinking that I think that I can kill her, and she thinking that I'm stupid and she can kill me.
Okay, good, right? So she thinks she can win, right?
Exactly.
So how do you know you're gonna win?
By not getting their full stacks of her ball of her E.
Well, I thought you were baiting for your teammates though.
Yeah, yeah, I am, but I want her to stay.
Basically what I'm getting at is like you have to see how it like goes in your head, right? So say she jumps on you, you kite back, Yasuo comes in, she walks away. Now what? That's it. Nothing happens, right?
Yeah,
It's like not possible. So what you need is Soraka, right? So if she goes on you, you can out heal her or use your ultimate, right? So basically you need to see like basically when you take these options, it's like you have a general idea of what you want to do. But it's like when it comes to like executing or like seeing it through, it's like it doesn't really
yeah,
work, right?
yeah, yeah. I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. Like,
Right,
it's not just bait. It's like how I'm going to bait. Is this bait going to work? What
right,
do
right,
I need?
right. Exactly. Like you have a very strong grasp on the concepts, right? Like you want to bait. Okay, so now how do you get it to work, right? So I think working on like get as specific as possible when you make these plans, right? When you say I want this tower damage, I want you to be as specific as possible, right? They're gonna try and stop you. How are they gonna try and stop you? And how do you know that they can't stop you, right? When you're baiting, right? How do you know that you can bait this, right? She jumps on you, and you have XYZ to make it so you don't die to her burst, right? Say you have Soraka healing, whatever, and she has no executioners. That's how you know, right? Or say that Yasuo was a Malphite, for example, and he can come help immediately instead of waiting for his 3-stack tornado, right? And then when it comes to 1v1 fights, same thing. Like if you say you want to fight, how exactly is that fight gonna work, right? Like when we explained the whole Jax fight scenario, and then he had flash. If he has flash and you have no plan for it, you're gonna lose, right? So I think it's about first like come up with the first thing is the first thing I think you should work on is at any given point in time, you need to ask yourself, what do I want right now, right? So it can be I want to just clear the next wave, or if I have control of the game, I want to push and go ward, or push and go do Baron, push and get tower damage. You just need to say something, right? And then the next step is how exactly am I gonna like get that to work, right? So if they do this, I do this, basically. Have you ever played chess?
Yes.
Right. So you know about the 4-move checkmate, right?
The what? Sorry.
The 4-move checkmate.
Yeah, the one you start. Yeah, in Spanish we call it jaque mate pastor.
Oh, okay. Have you ever tried to like do it on friends?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So if they ever make a move that prevents your 4-move checkmate, you have to change your plan because it doesn't work anymore, right?
Exactly.
It's
Yes.
the same concept in League. It's the exact same concept in League, right? So when you wanted that tower damage, that was your plan was that I want the tower damage. But when you took too much, when you had not enough HP, then your plan has to change because it no longer works, right? That's basically what I'm getting at here. Um, this is really good though. So how do we know that this bait, quote unquote, works?
In like 5 minutes, I'm like 7 kills. More. I have like 7 kills.
Damn, that's like pretty good. Yeah, basically like yeah, you're like look at this. Your mechanics are not in question at all, right? It's the decision making that I think you should work on. And like I think you know that, but it's more about how do you work on that decision making, right?
Yeah.
So every game, like every game, I want you to say, if you like, you just stop. If you just like stop and say, what do I want right now? I want you to think that like every 10 seconds, right? Anything happens, someone dies. Does your plan change, right? So if you say, I want to push and do X, Y, Z, if your jungler dies, does that change, right? Maybe it does change because it can't help defend if they gank you, right? If your mid laner dies, if the enemy mid laner dies, does that change, right? Whenever something happens, right? If you get a good trade, does your plan change? You need to ask yourself, does this change, right? That's like the first thing I think you should work on, right? And then the second thing is when you have like an idea you want to execute, like you said, you want to bait, you need to ask yourself, how does this work exactly, right? You need to like go in depth, right? If you say, I can fight this Jax, I can fight this Cassiopeia, you need to go in depth, right? You need to be able to figure out, how do I stop them from utilizing their win conditions, right? How do I stop the stun? How do I stop the Cassiopeia stun, etc., right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's like how you work on it. You ask yourself, like every 10 fight, like this is the plan change right now. You want this tower, does it change?
What? Sorry.
Like if your plan right now is to hit the tower, at what point can you no longer hit this tower?
When he's dead, or when someone comes defended.
Right. Exactly. If you say that if someone comes, we back off immediately, then you won't make any mistakes trying to stay and hit the tower, right? Or if you say, if only Yi shows up and he cannot stop us, then when he shows up, you don't have to be afraid, right? That's the kind of thinking I want you to develop, and I like that's the kind of thing I think will help you most, right? If this happens, does my plan change, right? So, what's the plan here?
I think I recall here.
Right, and that's fine. Oh, okay. Maybe you guys want to stay.
I saw them coming, and I'm like, if Jasper's gonna recall, I'm gonna stay, and when he comes, I recall.
Okay, you should clear out this wave. Okay, so your plan is to clear out this wave, right?
No, my plan is to let Yasuo recall come back so I can recall because
right, specific. We need to get more specific, right? So you have the general concept, right? You want Yasuo to recall. You don't want to lose this wave, so you pick it up, right? So the plan is to pick up the wave while he recalls, right? Like we need to get very specific, right? We need to kill this minion wave, right? That's how specific we're getting. So can they stop you? Like how can they stop you?
Jumping on Alistair, jumping on me, Tristana, and Blood.
Right. So
but Alistair is not here.
How do you know that?
Because I mean, if he's gonna come, I'm gonna see him unless like he flashed from the Raptor camp.
Right. You have a ward in the mid lane, so it's reasonable to assume that if he's coming, or whatever reason you can come up with. So as long as you know that they can't stop you, then this is good. You're good to go, right? But that's the thing. You need to be able to figure it out. Like figure out how they stop you. Because like the other times when you came up with the plans and then they stopped you, it was a feels bad, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you prevent it. Like if you say you want the general idea is to let Yasuo recall, and then the specifics is I clear this wave, and then the counter is the enemy is gonna do this to stop me. So you bring up a counter to that, and then your plan is good to go, right? That's the steps. These are the steps I want you to take in game
So
for everything you do.
That could be back off and let the tower die, no?
Say again?
The counter to like Alistair going ham would be just back off.
No. The counter is if you think he's gonna flash combo you, then you flash, and he has a failed engage, and you chase him down, right? That's the counter, right?
All right.
And then yeah, like basically you guys to come up with something. You need to come up with something. And it can't be like if you want to clear the wave, you can't be hitting this guy, right? Like that wasn't part of the plan, right?
Right.
So why? So at what? Like I'm not like you can change the plan, but you need a reason. So why do you change the plan here instead of hitting the wave? Why do you change the plan here?
Because he came too close.
So what if he was baiting you, like in the other example when you were baiting Tristana?
I'm dead, like an idiot.
Right. So if your plan changes, you need something to change your, like, basically don't change your plan unless you come up with a reason, right? If you say the reason is this Tristana bomb, so they have
I
less
mean,
damage, sure, but you need to come up with a reason, right?
yeah, the reason could be Yasuo is coming and we can maybe kill him, but it's risky. I want to recall, get item.
Right, but yeah, so basically have a plan and update your plan if something
Stick to the
important
plan
happens.
unless there are better options.
Right. So if we stop here, so you recalled. Your plan is to clear the wave, you did it. Now what? What's the plan now?
Now I see it's taking bot farm and he's gonna leave a huge wave like pushing to my turret, or not huge but a wave, and I wanna take it.
Right, and you know that the counter to that is what? He's gonna try and hit you, right?
Yeah, but I have flash and I know I can't slow him, but Borg does damage, and I have my Q. I can kite him.
Okay, perfect. So our plan is clear the wave that Master Yi is creating. The counter is Master Yi is gonna try and kill you, and you have an option to stop him from doing that, right? So you have a counter to his counter, right? So that's exactly what I want you to do for every single game, every single play.
Yeah, and he just took Herald, and I'm like also scared of him to use Herald.
Wait,
I
so
think
you're scared of them using like? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
yeah, I call him Harold because I don't know,
Yeah.
it's fun.
So like here, why did you move into the jungle if your plan is to clear the wave?
I think to war.
Okay, so then that should be
Sentinel there
basically never
or war.
like the plan shouldn't be changed like on the fly unless I don't know. That's like I think if this is like your plan and then you like change it for like whatever reason immediately, it's kind of impulsive, right? If the plan you should make the plan to say I'm gonna ward and then clear the wave, right? That's what I want you to say. Like you get super specific, right? No deviations to the plan unless you have a good reason, right? Like you want to clear the wave, but then you try to hit Vladimir. You need to have a clear reason.
Okay, here I wanted to take the wave, and I see Master G.
Okay, your plan is to kite him out, right? That's boom, right there. Perfect, right? So that's exactly how it works, right? You have a plan, and then you come up with a possible counter that they can come up with, and then you say, okay, I can beat that, right? Because I have flash and I have Soraka heal and I have more damage than him, right? That's what you said. You said to me earlier, right?
Yeah.
Now I want this. This has to happen every single time you do something.
I didn't understand what you said when I told you I went for a war.
Oh,
Because I mean I went for the wave, but the wave I know Master G is bot lane, so I don't know. I want to see if he's coming to get me or someone else.
okay. I mean,
Maybe.
yeah, that's fine. But basically, it's like plan should be like I don't know. Don't worry about that. That was fine.
Oh, yeah,
Like
I
this
understand.
in
Our
essence
plan.
that was what we want.
I
Right? In
think a
essence.
better example, it's the thing I did with Vlad, that I wanted to clear the wave and I ended up hitting Vlad. Like
Exactly. Right there. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
that was useless. I gained nothing and I was risking for Alistair to come out and kill
Exactly.
him.
It was exactly like you were hitting the bot tower and then Cassiopeia showed up and you hit her instead.
Exactly.
You were clearing the wave mid, Vladimir showed up, you hit him instead, right? So if you want to change the plan, you have to have a very good reason to do so, right? So here you kill the Master Yi, now what? Hold on, let's back up. We need to go through this this is how your game process should be.
What? Sorry.
This is exactly how your what we're talking through right now is exactly what we're gonna work on for you, for how you like come up with what to do next, right? So after you kill this guy, does your plan change, right? Your plan was to clear the wave. Now
my
what?
my team is fighting.
Okay, so then you come help, right?
And I want to help.
Okay, that's good. I think that is a-okay. So you go help immediately, right? The plan changed because your team started fighting, right? That was the reason.
If he waits 1 second, we kill them all. But no, he suicides.
Okay, so good. So you can no longer help your team because they're dead, right? So you back off, right? you have a plan, and then the plan changes if something happens, right? So this is good, right? And then now what? After you kill this guy, now what?
Now I'm backing off.
No. Not now. What's the plan? What's the plan?
I think recall or
Okay.
push.
Okay. So those are options, right? So your plan is picking one. Your plan is basically implementing one of the options you know you can do, right?
I think I take the jungle now and then I recall.
Okay. An alternative to this could be pushing, right? If you can push, push. Basically, if you can get minion waves, go get minion waves. Basically, doing the jungle is money, but your Kazakhs want to do the jungle, and you also want to like push. You always want to just get this farm, right? Like the plan. So your plan is do the jungle and then back, right?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm not sure if taking all the time the jungle it's good for the jungler.
Yeah,
Like
my alternative would be you can consider taking the bot farm instead, right? But
okay,
basically, what I
yeah.
think
I don't know why I didn't took that bot lane farm.
Mhm.
I'm not sure why.
Right, because that's
I think
like 40, 30 farm right there or something like that, 20 something. Um, but honestly, that's small fries compared to what we're working on right now. This is whatever, right? This is fine. Basically, have the plan and then update the plan when something happens, right? And don't change the plan unless like something happens, right? Like hitting that Vladimir, right? So what's the plan now, right? What's the plan now?
the plan now is dragon
Is what?
pushing, get vision of dragon, and try to get dragon.
Right. So push mid and get vision, right? That's the plan. So
Yeah.
we always need to get super specific, right? Every time, come up with your plan and then exactly how you do it. You're gonna hit these minions and whatever. Okay, so someone's getting hurt. Does your plan change? No, not really, right?
Now
This
it
is kind of
changed
spooky.
because this guy go ham.
Right. But now it's like it's bad. It's like a bad fight, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like
I got, I
you
like
guys have no minions for Yasuo.
I like to fight. I don't know. I swear.
Yeah,
Like
this is kind of like your also one of your underlying problems. Just like don't fight for no reason, right? This is like you can't win this. You don't have your ultimate, so you can't activate Yasuo. Ult. Yeah, basically you can't win this fight, right? Unless they do something stupid. It's like it doesn't make sense to just like randomly fight, right? Like he misses pulverize. What if this guy like pulverized you there? That would have been really bad.
flashes you ease me to the team and then.
Yeah, exactly. See, you already know. So also stop the random fighting, right? Don't change your plan. Don't change your plan. You want to clear this way, push the wave, right? Don't change your plan unless something very obvious happens in a good way, right? In a good way, right? If you hit them, it better be because Yasuo got like a triple knockup or something, right? I don't want you to like chase after your team has like a bad outcome. This is a bad outcome. He's taking damage for free, right? Like if we look here, your team is like taking random damage. That's like not good. So you don't want to fight, right? That's like a core concept. If your team is losing, you want to try and disengage, right? Everyone wants to get out here. So push mid, vision on dragon, and then keep updating the plan, right? So once you got this vision, now what? You evaluate whether so someone died, which means what?
That that we're 4 versus 5.
Yes. So does your plan change?
Well, I still see Nas top lane, and I think he used TP last fight because he appeared like on my back. So it's
Well, do you
gonna
think or do
be.
you know? This is the difference. You need to know
I'm
for sure.
almost sure. I want
Okay.
to take the dragon, but I'm almost sure he can't come.
Okay. So you think he can't be here, so you take the 4v4, right? So
Yeah.
if you think that for whatever reason you can come up with, you can win this 4v4, then go for it, right? So it looks like they just can't do anything to you because you're Callista. Interesting. They just all die. Nice. But basically, plan now. What's the plan?
Push mid
Why?
because their wave is pushing towards her turret.
So that's catching. That's like clearing the mid
Go-
wave, right?
What? Sorry.
That's like clearing the mid wave, right?
Yeah.
What about bot, right? The bot tower.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
go
yeah.
bot because I see Yasuo going mid.
Okay, that's good. That's very good, right? And then here, what is the plan here? So you want to push bot, and then what?
I want to push bot and take the turret, then recall and get the hurricane.
Okay, okay, good, 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 good. And then the plan changes only when something happens, right? Can you come up with anything that can stop you?
Right now, no.
Okay, I agree. Good, 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 good. So this is the exact process I want you to go through. Every single thing you do in game. So you said you're gonna take the tower and then you're gonna back and recall, right? So you're not gonna get this wave, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
very
think I take
specific.
this way. I think I get this way.
No, I mean, if that's part of your plan, that's good, right?
I mean, it's not, my plan was take turret and then go by Ronan's hurricane. But
Right,
then
right,
this
right.
juicy wave showed up and nobody can kill me, so I take it.
That's good. That's good, right? Okay, so something showed up in that's not part of your plan. You try and come up with a reason why you can't get it, and there's no way for them to stop you, so you take it, right? So that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
right?
if I'm scared because I know that they're jungler, I'm always thinking about the jungler, always.
Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, now that you've recalled plan, what's the plan?
Get the Ronans and team fight. But
No, no,
in
no.
Baron.
Specifics. Remember, specifics. We need
Okay,
like, what are you gonna
okay,
do
okay.
next?
Now I need to get vision of Baron, vision control, and like try to control the mid wave to get priority of mid.
So specifically speaking, you're going to push mid and then put like a control ward in the pixel bush, right?
Yeah, or
Specifics.
I can
Specifics.
protect the vision that I already have.
Team is fighting. It looks like they can walk away, so this plan doesn't change, right? You're gonna go help, but the plan doesn't.
Yeah,
What's going
and
on here?
changes.
Okay,
The
the plan
plan.
changes. That's fine. Okay, this is an actual fight breaking out, or is it? Here you should take red, but that's just like a.
I
Um,
think I think I have read. Yeah, I
oh, okay,
have.
that's fine. Okay, so plan changes because your team finds a good fight, right? So then you take a fight. That's good, right? So that's basically the whole
Here
process
it's
that we're
like
just going through
changing.
is what you need to do every game.
Here we lost. Like Garen died, and I very stupid, and I throw Soraka.
Oh, you could have healed her. Oh, that's awkward,
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It was awful. That
right?
was awful, awful,
Okay,
awful.
so this is so what I'm basically showing you here, like this plan step by step, is exactly what I do, right? So, basically this plan, like if you're fighting, right, you need to update this plan, right? So you're fighting, you're gonna say the plan is hit the closest target, right? Hit the closest target, right? That's fine. That's fine. Closest target leaves. Okay, what's the plan now? If you think you can get on with your ultimate and you say throw Soraka in and she's gonna turn on Soraka and you heal her, that's your next plan, right? So you always like in team fights, you're also updating the plan. But I think for now we should work on like keeping the plan to the map, right? So the macro sense. Like when you say get vision on Baron, I want you to think like super specific. Like I'm gonna push mid wave and then run in with my pink ward. Okay, that's how specific I want you to be, right? For like every single game from now on, right? Until you can think of it without like consciously think of it. Until you do this with every single thing you do, right? Like you subconsciously do it. He withers you, so you back off, right? Your plan changes, right? We need to be able to say it out loud, especially when you're doing map movements, because I think that's like your biggest issue, right? It's not like sticking to the plan or coming up with a plan in the first place, right? And being able to like reason it out, right? So if you say like you guys got Baron, what's the plan now, right? What's the plan now? I can't hear you, by the way. Sure.
Oh, oh. Sorry, I was pressing the caps lock
Wrong
instead.
button.
The plan now is push the mid wave, and like for example here, I'm thinking I want to take red buff and go mid lane while Garen is top lane, and if a fight breaks out, like he can teleport. But I cannot control what Garen do. Like I can tell him push top, but
Are
Doesn't
there
do
any other
anything.
options for you? What are other options? Like
Just
what are
group
other?
with my team because I think we're strong, and if something's happen, we can win.
So if I were you in this case, I would push top. Why do I
You
say
would
that?
push top
Yes.
because there's a huge wave pushing.
Right. Exactly. And if the fight breaks out mid, my plan would change to go help. Right. And
Look
if
at this
someone
guy.
comes to stop me,
How can I calmly go top when look this guy, please. Look
I
how
mean,
he.
if okay, so say Garen fights, right? For whatever reason, I would be pinging back and be pinging top, right? Everyone come top, right? If he fights mid, I come help immediately, right? So if they chase and focus the Garen, then you guys hit their front line, and since you're stronger than Tristana right now, you're gonna win,
Yeah,
right?
I'm for sure certain that that top wave, s- someone has to take it. Like I wanted to take it. I'm sure I wanted to take that wave, but here they forced.
Oh yeah,
And
basically,
I,
okay, basically, yeah. You need to come up with a plan and don't change the plan, right? Like here you're fighting. Okay, so you fight to disengage, right? You need to come up with a specific plan, right? And then once you've disengaged,
what
everyone
I
leaves.
also thought, look, but here what I thought, like if I go top, mid is gonna have to be like passive, but if I pressure mid now, like there's a huge wave bot lane that will take the bot lane turret also, and like Kha'Zix is free on the top side, so I think that actually the right thing to do here for me it's I think it's stay mid and maybe Kha'Zix stay top lane farm.
You as the AD carry, you want like a lane to yourself, right?
Yeah,
So
all the money.
yeah,
But
so you want to go top.
I think that Kalista specifically, like I don't super scale. No, I want to end the game now. I don't want Tristana getting four crit items and like blowing everyone. I think with Bork and Hurricane I'm good, and I wanted to fight.
Right, but you can't just like dive them mid, right? That's not how it works.
Yeah, no, but you're gonna see a little. You go up a little forward and you see what happened.
The only reason why this works is because you guys are so far ahead that they can't really stop you anymore. Yeah, right. So, but basically, what happens is you're right in that Callista wants to end the game faster because Tristana's outscaling, right?
Yeah,
So if you and Soraka go top, who can stop you from getting the top tower?
no one.
Right.
Maybe
So
Tristan and Alistar.
right. So if you say, okay, only Ali combo can stop me, so I use my flash to counter that. So the plan is I'm gonna push top and pressure the tower until Alistar and company come, then flash his combo and then turn around and
Yeah,
fight. Right? That's
if
your
I
plan.
flash Alistar, if I flash Alistar combo, he's completely useless. No, like he just have one stun and that's it.
I wouldn't say completely useless, but it's a very good counter to his. Um, it's like a very good option against him, right? Because he can only use his stun now, right? So
Yeah, like
yeah,
it's like a tragedy for him that I flash his combo.
right, exactly. So basically, honestly at this point, it's not about like sure you're not taking the best option, but I think right now we need to like come up for you, right? It's the same thing I said like 10 minutes ago. What we just did for the last 20 minutes, I want you to do every single play in your game, right? What's my plan right now? Specifically, like, am I gonna push this wave and then go ward this bush, like XYZ, right? And then if something happens, you update it, and then don't do anything that deviates from the plan, like hitting the enemy champion. That's like how you throw the game, basically. Um, I think this one thing will fix like the majority of your problems that we talked about today, at least from what I can tell, right? Um, especially the like trying to randomly start fights and then like kind of losing them, right? Against like the Jax, the Cassiopeia, like this Vlad that was super scary, etc., right? Um, come up with your plan and then don't deviate unless you have a good reason, right? If something happens, oh, does my plan change, right? I want you to like say out loud, what's my plan, right? I think if you work on this for like 20 games in a row. It'll like help you like immediately, right? I think like this is the biggest thing that'll help you. Um, like you like these mechanical fights, you just win all of them. It's about picking the right fights and like knowing what to do and like what you should be doing is like the biggest problem, in my opinion. What do you think?
I also I agree with you a lot.
Right. That's good. That's good. And then for like your, if you ever watch your own replays, think about if something goes wrong. Think about, oh, was my plan bad? Right? Did I take the best option? Right? Um, I think that'll those two things. Right? Upon like review, try and figure out what a better option could be if the plan goes bad, or maybe sometimes you're like deviated from the plan. You say next time, okay, don't deviate from the plan, right? I think that'll help you the most, like for sure, right?
Okay.
100%.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
What is your name, bro?
Oh, I'm Alan, by the way.
Alan. Thank you. I'm Abraham, bro.
Abraham.
Yeah.
All right, Abraham, dude. Good luck on your. Did you have any last questions?
I'm going to be in YouTube or not?
Do you mind if it's uploaded?
Well, of course not, bro.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can upload it, and then you can go back and review this.
I would feel famous.
Sounds good. But yeah, if you have, do you have any last questions?
Not really that I can think of right now. Maybe, do you think sometime I can? I don't know. If I climb, I let you know so you evaluate my gameplay again.
Of course. And if you have any, if you ever do come up with any questions later, or if you're having success or having a hard time in your games, like feel free to message me on Discord. I'm always on.
All right, bro. Thanks a lot, brother. Good luck in Korea.
Yeah. Good luck.
How's
Good luck in your games.
how's everything there, man?
It's good. It's good.
It's
I am.
the first time you've been in Korea.
Yes, it is indeed.
It's like a whole new different world, no?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty interesting. Um, I've been to like other Asian countries, but Korea does have its own culture, right? So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's like super technological. I think like the airport, it's like famous. The airport
Yes.
from Seoul.
But yeah, let me know how things go, and yeah, good luck in your games.
Thanks a lot, man. You too. I'm going to play one right now, even though I have to wake up early to try to put this on your tips to work.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Thanks a lot, man.
Have a good one.
See you later.